Yeah, it's doing that thing. I don't think it's gonna rain. Let's see how it looks up there. What's going on, guys? I figured I'd start this one a little different with some high altitude, crispy, cloudy goodness. I think that's about enough fun for right now. Got the airport down below. I just killed my motor and we'll float gracefully back down to Mother Earth where it's hot and muggy. It's nice and cool up here. A lot of people have asked, where is Jacqueline? What's Jacqueline been up to? When is Jacqueline going to be flying? And today is the day. The past couple months, we haven't gotten to fly too much together because of work and school, TFRs and travel, all that goodness. And in the last year, she's gotten about 8 flights total, which is not a whole lot. So we really haven't broken that beginner first flight phase. But that's the goal for today. We're going to aim for as many flights as possible. And it's still really early in the day. That's why I'm up here and she's not, because it's thermally down low. But we'll have plenty of time tonight to do as many launches and landings as possible. And then hopefully at sunset, we'll go for a quick little flight together. I've got my smoke tank filled and we should be good to go for an awesome afternoon of flying. How beautiful. I don't normally come up here this early in the day. It's beautifully smooth up here. Down low, it's choppy. How about we do a quick sat? Maybe a couple sats because I'm really high and I'll get down to the ground really fast. I'm gonna do one to the right and then probably the left. So, yeah. Well, we still have a solid 2 hours till sunset, so I guess we'll do some cutting practice and hopefully it calms down a little bit. It wasn't too bumpy, but below 500 feet was kind of sketch, so do some kiting and go for some flying. Freaking sky blender. Well, this is slightly unexpected. I'm just chilling here and it starts freaking thundering like crazy. Checked out radar and the cell popped up out of nowhere. It's dark and windy. So I'm gonna pack up the wings before it gets here. If this passes, we still got plenty of time. Damn, dude. Look at that. Freaking gnarly. Ah, dang it. I thought it was gonna skirt us. It didn't quite make it. Shit. I just toppled my camera so hard.
I heard that. I thought you banged your head.
I think we're catching the edge of one of these storms and maybe the other. I think it'll be a miracle if we can recover this one. Get a quick flight at sunset without dying and getting sucked into a thunderstorm. just in time. Closed up the windows. Got the gliders under control. The motor's sheltered. Now we wait. Freaking look at that. It's just growing like a unwanted pimple. It is not good. I think we're gonna pull the plug on it right now. See, this is the thing. Every time we come out here and we're super stoked and we're super prepared to get Jacqueline in the air, freaking this shit happens and then we're grounded. This is exactly the reason Jacqueline hasn't flown in like a month.
Aside from all of like the traveling, homework, work, whatever, everything going on, when we are ready, something happens.
Well, we're gonna put our motors in shelter. I think I'm gonna talk about a little something on the way over to a place. So let's get in the car. So I feel like this topic could be a whole video in itself, but basically the topic of self-training, and it's come up a lot on Facebook, and I watched some YouTube videos today of people demonstrating their self-training, and it's really controversial, and I just wanted to weigh in on it a little bit because I talk about training a lot, like every so often on this channel, and my opinions on it, because paramotors in general, you don't legally need training, so some people see it as an invitation to just save some money and teach themselves and look at YouTube videos and just buy their gear and try to get up in the air. My advice is highly against that, and I think the general idea is that I think a lot of people miss the fact that it's not just the physical side of learning how to kite your glider, learning how to launch and land without killing yourself, but I think the other half is just as important, which is like the book knowledge, the weather, the regulations, the airspace, things like that. You can have a good sense of weather, but as a paramotor pilot, you need to pretty much be like an expert on weather and knowing what's good to go. The other thing is airspace. Like, not many people have any idea about airspace, and it is a really hard concept to understand, and there's so many fine details to study. Like, you could teach yourself how to get off the ground, but what happens if you launch into Class B airspace? Now you're gonna have a lot of legal trouble. I think with this sport growing the way it is, it's kind of sensitive that people get the right training, so everything stays on the right track and we don't get like regulations put on everything. So yeah, I don't want this to sound like a total downer rant of like, get training or you'll die kind of thing, but honestly, with the way the sport's growing, I think it's essential to keep talking about training, and like in everyone's best interest for the future of the sport, for people's safety, for breaching regulations, stuff like that. But anyway, moral of the story, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day who you train with. Obviously there's some instructors and programs that are leagues above others, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter who you train with. I think as long as you get an instructor you trust, a program that works knowledge-wise, skill-wise, to really just get into the sport safely. I did it, and I have no regrets. And a lot of people that I've talked to, like I have a lot of friends that have self-trained, and after doing it, they say that they feel like they would have advanced way faster into the sport had they gone through a training program. A lot of them had a bunch of sketchy experiences getting into it just because you're going in blind. Like, there's so much you don't know that you don't know until something happens. But yeah, all the people I've talked to that have self-trained basically would never recommend it to anyone else. So yeah, it was just something I was thinking about today because I was checking out some YouTube videos. But at the end of the day, get your training, get up in the air safely, and do it responsibly. Vote Tucker for president. All right, well, we're gonna go get some food. Newsflash, the next 2 weeks, starting after tomorrow, we're in a TFR. In about a week and a couple days, I'm leaving for Iceland. And also, last news flash, right on the lightning.
Yeah.
Nailed it. So yeah, I'm heading over to a buddy's place that does all sorts of like apparel printing and shirts and stickers and hats and things like that. And so I'm kind of working on this brand that's going to reflect the paramotor lifestyle. Starting out, like on Teespring right now, I have these airfoil t-shirts, so check those out if you haven't, and there's more things coming. I'll keep you guys updated on that, and I guess that's all for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys in the next one. We'll see what we end up doing for this TFR. Peace out.